Today, I'm going to be working on a 2002 MR2 Spyder.
The truth.
Alright, just came back from the tail of the dragon, and when I was hitting bumps, I heard like a scraping on my passenger side. So I stopped at a gas station, and come to find out, the wheel liner inside here is just about completely gone. It filed itself all the way down to here. You can see the bits that have been scraping off. Alright, let's go ahead and get this box open and check out the parts inside. Alright, so I could be mistaken, but I believe this one's the passenger side and this one's the driver's side. But let's look at these part numbers really quick. That way you can reference them on your own, or I will link them down below in the description, like I always do. Alright, so this is the passenger side one. Here's all the part numbers that correspond with it. And again, I'll link these. And here's the driver's side one with all the part numbers that correspond to it. Alright, let's go ahead and get both of these onto the MR2. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jack up the front end of the MR2. And then we're going to get these front wheels off as well. Alright, so yeah, now that the wheel's off, you can definitely see a lot better where it's just been rubbing through. And all the way to down here. So yeah, this passenger side is definitely worn out. Let's go look at the driver's side real quick. Driver's side honestly isn't terrible. I'd probably change it out anyway just to have a brand new one in here. There's a bit of a wear spot right there. I think it just needed to be tucked inside the fender like that. And while we're here, we'll just change them out. It doesn't hurt anything to change them. I say it's got the same ones as that Scion did. If you saw my video on that, I'll link it up here. These ones are not fun because it's like a square peg. And yeah, they're not fun to get out, but overall, the MR2 should be a lot easier than the Scion as well. You don't have to take off, like the Scion had to take off the whole side skirt just to get to the underside of this side. But yeah, the MR2 looks a lot more simple. But yeah, let's get started on the passenger side. This one's definitely a lot worse. And yeah, we'll find any issues along the way that we could use on doing the driver's side as well. But we'll definitely get this one out of here and get the new one in. Alright, for tools, I've got ratchet, my socket set here, some side cutters, screwdriver, body panel tools of different kinds. I also grabbed some zip ties. I've got my kit of body panel clips, and I've got a bucket of just random ones I've got. Because the side cutters are for some zip ties that I half-assed on there before, and just a couple underneath. And then it's missing a couple body panel tools, or body panel clips, excuse me, so that's why we're going to be replacing them. And then the body panel tools would be to get the old ones out. If I still need to zip tie things up, I've got some spares, and then there's these little wheel splash guard looking things that I'm going to have to use the ratchet and sockets on, so got all that. But yeah, let's go ahead and start getting this one off. We can use the driver's side as a reference as we're doing this when we go to put this one back together, but it should be pretty straightforward. But anyway, let's get in there, let's find our body panel clips and start taking things out. So I don't know what's with Toyota and Scion back in the early 2000s, but collecting garbage, stuff like that, in these little crevices, they're quite notorious for it. So I guess if you have one of your own, whether it's a Corolla or a TC or an XB or a Spyder or whatever, just maybe pull these off every year or so and just clean them out. So as you saw, I just wanted to clean it up in there a bit. Just clean out a lot of the dirt and gunk that's been building up over the years. And of course, using the awesome Super Clean products. Not sponsored by them today in this video, but just want to give a shout out because I do like their products a lot. You can pick them up on like Amazon, I think Walmart, stuff like that. But anyway, let's get back to our actual fender liner, and we should be ready to start putting the new one in. But before we do, I want to take this little splash guard thingy off. It's got 2 bolts right here, and then it's got these 2 pins right there that hold this kind of flap down on there. So we got to take those off, and then we can take our bolts off, and this whole thing should come right out. Alright, now we got this little guy off, we're going to go slap it on the new fender liner. Alright, I'm going to use a different combination of body panel clips. I've got some big fat ones here for the square holes, and then I've got some of these regular sized ones for all the rest. So let's go ahead and get the fender liner in the car and then get these guys in the proper holes. Alright, so I know that was a little hard to see, so I'm going to talk about everything I just did. I put the 3 big push pins in here. There's 1, 2, and 3. Those ones go in the square holes. And then I've got the regular push pins. I got one here, here. There's one up here. Oh, if it'll focus. There it goes. One up there. Come around. So I just showed you this one and this one. So we're gonna keep coming. I got another one here. And keep coming around. There was one here, which kind of hard part of the fender. There was one here where it mounts up to the other plastic piece underneath. There should have been one here, but obviously mine is kind of broken. So I ended up just putting a zip tie in this thing to hold it to the bumper. And there should have been one here, but that one was also broken on my car. So again, I just got another zip tie in that one to hold it steady. But then there's also a bolt right here. Mine was missing that bolt, so I had to look through my bolt bin to find one that fit, the threads and everything like that. It's kind of like a coarse thread. Mine was maybe half an inch long or whatever. But a little coarse thread bolt, 10mm head, fit right in there. And then, yeah, a little splash guard thingy. So that pretty much concludes the passenger side. I'm going to go ahead and go do the driver's side. I'm not going to go into too much detail unless I see anything out of the ordinary that that side has that this one does not. But you will see like a montage of me doing that one. And sorry, here's a bit better view. Now we're upright and everything. But I got the clip here, and I got the clip down here. I know it's kind of like weird angles when I was underneath just a second ago, but hopefully that clears it up a bit. And I actually missed one just a second ago. I just threw this one in right now. It's kind of, there's my brake caliper. So here's the one on the corner. Just going to come in a bit, and it's this guy right here. This one there's a hole for, but there's nothing behind there to clip it to. So that one just stays empty. The only big things that I found inherently different with the driver's side and the passenger side was this bolt right here. For focus, this one. It's another coarse thread bolt, just like the one we did back here. But I thought it was going to be another clip or whatever, but it's definitely a coarse thread bolt. My passenger side, the bumper itself is broken right there, so it wouldn't have been able to screw into that thing anyway. So I had a zip tie on this one. I ran another zip tie over here. It looks like there should have been one of those clip things that like slides over and then it like screws into the actual fender liner. Mine doesn't have that. So again, I just ran another zip tie on this side. Other than that, all these other clips are the exactly same. That one, the one up here, and all the rest around. But I mean, it looks a lot better than the old one. I think I need to tuck that behind, actually. Let me do that really quick. Come on. And again, we cleaned up underneath here with the super clean as well, just to give us a nice clean slate to work with. But yeah, all these little clips clipped right in. This one again is a spare hole. I don't know why they have it, but yeah, it doesn't clip into anything. There's just that that ridge that goes all the way down. But let's get the wheels back on now that both sides are done. Well, I hope this video helped. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. If you liked any of the background music in this video, please check out the artist's SoundCloud. Link is in the description.